Well, first of all, I gotta thank a couple people. Obviously, Dr. Klasko, thank you for this prestigious award for Jefferson Health. And to my family, the Philadelphia Eagles organization, Mr. Jeffrey Lurie, Don Smolinski, our president, is here, and some of the members of the organization are here. And I got to thank them. I got to thank my beautiful wife, obviously, for putting up with me and the journey that she chose to be by my side as not only a player in this league, but also a head football coach now. And you know, I have a coin here that I had made up this past spring, and I gave it to all the players before the season started. And on one side of it, it says everything matters. On the other side, it says ownership and commitment. And in our business, just like in your business, everything matters. Everything matters. Every little detail matters. This is why we practice. This is why we put in the hard work. This is why you see the guys lift the weights that they do. Because we know that on a football field, which is just a game, it's a sport that we all love. It's not life, it's not death. Everything still matters. And so having that sort of instilled and kind of ingrained in our players for the last 2.5 seasons, 2.5 years, and then to have ownership in the way they treat people, ownership in the way they lift those weights, ownership in how they prepare during the week, do their jobs, much like what you do. Ownership every single day. And we don't worry about tomorrow, because as we know, tomorrow will worry for itself. And then commitment. I've got commitment on here, and I keep this in my pocket every single day as a reminder. Reminder of the journey that we went on last season. The journey that had its highs, had its lows, its ups, its downs. And we got to a stage throughout the season where we lost several members of our football team due to injury. And then we lost our starting quarterback out in LA. And I'll never forget that plane ride home, sitting there. How am I going to lift? We're 11-2. We had just won the NFC East. We have a playoff berth. Still playing for home field advantage, all those things. And I'm sitting there thinking, how in the world am I going to motivate a football team on Tuesday after we just lost our starting quarterback? And so I'll never forget, I was sitting in my office Monday, and our oldest son, Drew, who is at the University of Cincinnati right now in graduate school, he had found a picture in our basement. And it's a funny story because it's a picture of when I played in Green Bay for 8 seasons. Brett Favre was in the picture, and Tim McGraw, for those of you that are country music fans. And so we took a picture way back when. It was back in the 90s. And in the background on the wall was a saying. So Drew, our son, he took a picture of the picture in our basement and sent it to me. And it said, one man can make a difference, but a team can make a miracle. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. Because much like in your profession, Mr. Kimmel, one man can make a difference, but it's the team, it's the body of work that we've all done is going to make the miracle. And so you saw what happened. Nick Foles became the starter. Guys rallied around. Things didn't go so well early. But we had trust, we had faith, because you know what? Everything matters. And we continued to work, and we continued to build. We eventually got ourselves into the postseason, obviously, had a home field advantage throughout. Nobody gave us a chance. We were the number 1 seed in the NFC a year ago. Nobody gave us a chance. And so this is where the underdog mentality kind of took off. The mask and all that stuff that, you know, our players, unbeknownst to me, decided to do. And so, you know, I think about what we did last year, and I think about leadership, and I think about the role that I play in leadership. And I was asked, I did an article this past spring for Forbes magazine. And we're obviously we're a business, the Philadelphia Eagle business, you know, we football, sports. So I did an article for Forbes. And the writer of the article asked me a question and said, what is it about the Philadelphia Eagles that brought you guys together to do what you were able to do at the end of the season to make that miracle happen? And I told him, I says, listen, I said, I don't have any pixie dust anywhere. I don't have a crystal ball in my office. It's all about commitment. It's all about relationship. And it's all about the hard work and dedication that our players, our coaches, and the entire organization chose to believe. Excuse me. And so I just kind of spelled it out for him. And I thought and he kind of responded like, you know what, that can't be, that's too easy. I mean, he goes, I deal with Fortune 500 companies all the time. He goes, you can't, that's too easy. These people don't understand. I said, what do you mean they don't understand? It's about building relationship. It's about investing time with your players, with your coaches. Sure, it can be a top-down model, but you know what? For us, with the players and coaches, it's also a bottom-up. If we're not educating and coaching our practice squad players, our role players, our situational players, just like we're coaching and instructing our starters, we're not going to get better. We are not going to improve. We're not going to move forward. And so that's what we did. We made a commitment all last season to do that. And it paid off when it mattered most. I use a phrase with our team still today. Are you committed or are you interested? Are you interested in making that tackle or are you committed in making that tackle? Carson, are you committed in completing the pass or are you just sort of interested in completing the pass? And so, those are the principles that we sort of live by. And we got a great group. Listen, I have a great group of men. We're sitting here at the break. I know we're 4-4. Fast forward to this season. But we have a great group of men, and they believe in one another, and they believe in me. And we're going to get this thing done. And we're going to make a run. And we're committed. We're committed to each other. We're committed to the process. Just like you are in your profession, in what you do. You're committed, or are you interested? And so from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you again for this award. And again, when it comes to leadership, I think it's truly about investing time in the people around you because they're the ones that can make you great. It's not about one man. It's not about one man. Sure, one man can make a difference, but it's that team. It's that team of people that can make the true miracle. So again, thank you. God bless, and good night.